Welcome to the beginning, or rather, your beginning. You are born in the semi-darkness on a bed of matted furs and dried grass. The air smells of wood smoke, unwashed bodies, and damp stone. Let's orient ourselves. You are likely somewhere in Eurasia or perhaps the cooler highlands of Africa. The year doesn't matter because calendars don't exist yet. But scientifically, we are in the Pleistocene, the Great Ice Age. Modern humans, Homo sapiens, started walking the Earth about 300,000 years ago. You are one of them. You aren't a hunched-over ape. You are anatomically identical to a modern astronaut or a software engineer. But your brain is the only advantage you have right now. You have no claws, no fur to speak of, and you can't run. You are the most vulnerable creature on the planet. Your mother is your entire world. She has an endless supply of food conventionally attached to her, and for the next few years, you will rarely leave her side. She is part of a small band, maybe 20 or 30 people. These faces are the only ones you will know for your entire life. But don't get too attached to those faces. The statistics of the Stone Age are brutal. In the modern world, we expect children to grow up. Here, it is a coin toss. Almost 50% of children never see their teenage years. Why? Take your pick. A harsh winter where the food runs out, a fever that burns too hot, a simple fall from a rocky ledge, or perhaps something hungry finds you when your mother turns her back for 10 seconds. If you are weak, you die. If you are unlucky, you die. There are no hospitals, no safety nets, and no second chances. You realize very quickly that the cave is safety. The fire is life. And everything outside that circle of light, it is actively trying to kill you. You have survived your birth. Now you have to survive the night. As you grow and venture to the mouth of the cave, you begin to understand your place in the universe. And it is a very, very small place. We call this era the time of Megafauna. That's just a fancy word for giants. The animals here haven't learned to fear humans yet. To them, you are just a slow, soft, hairless snack. Let's talk about your roommates. Since you live in a cave, you are competing for real estate with the cave bear. Forget the grizzlies you see in zoos. The cave bear, Ursus spelaeus, is a monster. Males can weigh up to 2,000 pounds. When this thing stands up, it stares down at you from 11 feet in the air. Their claws are designed to tear through permafrost. Imagine what they do to your ribs. But the bears mostly want your cave. The cats, they want you. Depending on where you live, you might encounter the cave lion or the scimitar-toothed cat. They are ambush predators. They don't roar, they wait. You won't hear them until you feel the weight of them on your back. And then there are the scavengers, the cave hyena. They hunt in packs, their jaws strong enough to crush the femur of a mammoth. If you get separated from your tribe, they won't just kill you. They will leave nothing behind, not even your bones. This is the psychological reality of your childhood. You are constantly watched. Every rustle in the bush triggers a spike of cortisol in your brain. That anxiety, it's what keeps you alive. Even the herbivores are tanks. The woolly rhino, the mammoth, the bison. They are armored, aggressive, and massive. You are a tiny, soft thing, living in a land of armored tanks and silent assassins. You realize that physically, you are pathetic compared to them. You cannot outrun them. You cannot outmuscle them. You have to outthink them. Survival isn't all adrenaline and tiger fights. 90% of your life is actually just grinding work. By age 7, you are working. If you are a girl or a young boy not yet ready to hunt, you are a gatherer. Pop culture thinks of cavemen as hunters, but the reality is that the women and children provide the majority of the calories that keep the tribe alive. You spend hours every day staring at the ground. You are looking for roots, tubers, wild onions, berries, and nuts. It is backbreaking, boring work, and it's dangerous. You need to know thousands of plant species. Which mushroom feeds you? Which one shuts down your liver in an hour? There is no Google Lens. You learn from the elders, or you eat the wrong thing and die foaming at the mouth. The food is tough. We cook meat, but often you're eating dried strips of venison or fibrous roots covered in grit. This sand acts like sandpaper. By the time you are 20, your teeth will be worn flat. But surprisingly, you probably don't have many cavities. No refined sugar means no tooth decay. Your breath, however, that's a different story. Let's talk about the itch. You are never truly alone because you are a walking ecosystem for parasites. Head lice are a constant. Body lice live in your fur clothes. Intestinal worms are stealing your nutrients. Hygiene is non-existent. You wipe your backside with the leaves or moss. You rarely bathe because getting wet in freezing temperatures is a death sentence. You are covered in a layer of soot, grease, and dirt. It actually helps protect your skin from the sun and insects, but to a modern nose, the smell of a Paleolithic camp would be eye-watering. And water? You drink from streams or lakes. Most of the time, it's fine. Sometimes there's a dead mammoth upstream and you ingest bacteria that gives you dysentery. In a world without IV fluids, diarrhea is a serial killer. You have made it to 13. In your tribe, you are no longer a child. You are an adult, ready to shoulder the burden of the kill. It starts with stone. Before you can kill, you must create. You learn the art of napping. This is nuclear physics for the Stone Age. You have to strike a rock at the exact angle to flake off a razor-sharp edge. These tools are sharper than modern surgical steel. You lash the stone point to a wooden shaft using heated pine resin and animal sinew. This spear is the only thing standing between you and 1,000 pounds of angry muscle. You also learn the atlatl, a spear thrower. It acts as a lever, letting you launch a dart at 60 miles per hour. This is the great equalizer. It lets you kill from a distance. You join the hunting party. You don't just run around screaming. You are endurance predators. Humans can't outrun a horse, but we can outlast it. You might track a herd for days, jogging relentlessly, waiting for an animal to separate or tire out. You learn to read the code of the forest, a bent twig, a pile of dung, birds circling. You are downloading the data of the environment. Then, the moment of truth. The ambush. You have to get close. Too close. You thrust your spear. The animal screams, a sound you will never forget. It thrashes. This is the most dangerous moment of your life. Paleolithic skeletons often show trauma patterns similar to modern rodeo riders. Broken ribs, crushed skulls, shattered pelvises. The animal is fighting for its life and it will take you with it if it can. But when the beast falls, the relief is euphoric. You have secured protein. Fat, bone for tools, sinew for rope. This one kill keeps your family alive for another week. You act quickly to butcher it before the smell attracts the lions. You are covered in blood, exhausted, but you are a provider, you are a hunter. The sun sets and the tribe gathers. This is the center of your universe, the fire. It cooks your food, hardens your spear tips, keeps the predators away, and most importantly, it brings you together. You possess complex language. You don't just grunt, you gossip. You tell jokes. You share knowledge. Don't go near the river, the ice is thin. The herds are moving south. This information transfer is the superpower of our species. Now, about your love life. You are entering your prime reproductive years. You might think you have to marry your cousin because the group is so small. But early humans were smarter than that. We see evidence of large gatherings, super tribes meeting up annually. You trade flint, you trade furs, and you trade partners. It's a survival mechanism called exogamy. You find a mate from a different gene pool to keep the tribe healthy. But it's not all romance. Politics exist here too. There is a hierarchy. The best hunters and the wisest gatherers command respect. If you are lazy or if you endanger the group, you might be ostracized. And in the Stone Age, exile is a death sentence. Being alone means death. Social anxiety isn't a disorder for you, it's a survival radar. You need to be liked. You need to belong. And sometimes, diplomacy fails. We have found mass graves from this era with arrowheads embedded in spines. War is not a modern invention. If resources are scarce, a neighboring tribe might decide that your valley and your food stores should belong to them. Defending your family from other humans is just as terrifying as fighting a bear. But you are also capable of beauty. In the flickering light deep in the womb of the earth, you paint. You blow pigment over your hand, leaving a stencil on the wall. Why? Maybe it's magic. Maybe it's art. Or maybe it's just a way to say, I was here. I existed. Then it happens. A patch of black ice, a slip, a broken tibia. In the wild, a broken leg is usually fatal. You can't hunt. You can't run. You are dead weight. A wolf would leave its pack member behind. But humans are different. Your tribe doesn't leave you. They carry you. We have found healed femur bones in the fossil record. This is proof of compassion. Someone brought you food and water for months while you healed. They use what they have. Willow bark for pain relief. It contains aspirin. Spider webs to clot bleeding. Maggots to eat dead tissue. It's gross, but it works. But compassion can't cure everything. The biggest killer isn't the tiger, it's the bacteria. A small cut from a dirty rock, a tooth abscess, tetanus, gangrene. Without antibiotics, a minor infection turns into sepsis. You burn with fever. You hallucinate. The shaman might dance over you or drill a hole in your skull to let the evil spirits out. But if the infection spreads, you are gone. And then there is the cold. The winters in the Ice Age are long and dark. The temperature drops to 40 below zero. Hypothermia is a gentle killer. You just feel sleepy. You stop shivering. You drift off. Many of your friends didn't wake up after the fire went out. You see frostbite claiming toes and fingers, turning them black until they snap off like dry twigs. If you survive the injury and the fever, you are permanently changed. You limp. Your joints ache when the rain comes. You carry the map of your life in your scars. You are now 40 years old. You are an elder. In a world where most die before 30, you are a walking library. You are a grandpa caveman. You can't hunt the bison anymore. Your bad leg won't let you. But your value hasn't diminished. It has changed.
We must move quickly.
You hold the
before
knowledge.
shadows grow
You remember the
long.
great drought of 20 years ago and how you
Lend
survived
me
it.
your strength.
You know which plants heal and which
Do
kill.
not eat these.
You know the migration
They are
routes.
poison.
You are the teacher.
will
You
choose.
ensure that the next
Oh,
generation doesn't have to start from scratch.
storm comes.
This accumulation of knowledge is why humans conquered the planet. We don't just rely on instinct, we rely on culture.
Twist the hide like this. Pull it tight now.
Yes, we understand. We will practice.
But eventually the engine runs out of fuel. Your body, worn down by decades of freezing cold, parasites, starvation, and trauma, finally gives up. Death in the Stone Age is intimate. You die in the arms of your family by the light of the fire you kept burning. They don't just leave you for the vultures, they bury you. They cover you in red ochre. They place your spear beside you and maybe a necklace of bear teeth. This is profound. It means they believe in something more. A spirit. An afterlife. They mourn you. You mattered. Fast forward 30,000 years. The ice has melted. The woolly mammoths are gone. But you are still here. Your DNA lives on in the blood of billions of people. Your struggle, your suffering, and your survival paved the way for civilization. You were born in a cave against impossible odds, but you won. We are only here because you were tough enough to survive the ice. So, thanks, Grandpa.
HNNGR.